Welcome to the Thinking Green News Moment. I'm Chris Schneider, and my guest is Rich Tennyson from Luther College. Welcome, Rich.
Thank you.
We're here to talk about biodiesel. How long has Luther College been producing biodiesel now, Rich?
We purchased a machine in May of last year and have been purchasing biodiesel ever since.
Excellent. And what kind of cost savings do you feel you've helped the college establish in that time period?
Well, we were anticipating making about 2,600 gallons of biodiesel, which should save us about $5,700 a year.
So annually you're doing 2,600 gallons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We collect about 55 gallons of raw vegetable oil a week from the food service, and then we collect about 5 gallons of animal fat. And we're anticipating making all of that into biodiesel to be used right on the campus.
And before buying your biodiesel machine, where was that vegetable oil and animal fat going?
It was collected about 4 times a year by an agri-processor, and we had to actually pay to get rid of it in the past.
How many vehicles are you using in your biodiesel fleet?
Well, we have a fleet of lawn equipment,
Mm-hmm.
tractors, Kubota type vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and we're using it in those diesel vehicles.
Awesome. Will you end up storing the vegetable oil as oil, or do you plan on producing biodiesel and storing it?
We're going to do a combination of both. Right now we're going to produce biodiesel until probably the 1st of December.
Mm-hmm.
And then through the cold months we'll store the vegetable oil, the raw vegetable oil, until next April, and when the weather gets better then we'll start producing it again. Biodiesel will last about 6 months once it's converted, so we should have no trouble in using it next summer again.
Now, how much did you end up investing in the equipment to produce biodiesel?
Our total purchase so far has been $6,600.
And when do you feel that you'll have a break even on your investment?
Probably within a year.
Oh, awesome.
Or less. Well, maybe just about a year.
Mm-hmm.
We purchased the machine from Green World Biofuels. They're located in Tiffin, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Fugate is the owner of that company, and he's been great at assisting us in problems.
Do they have a website?
I think it's Green World Biofuels.
Mm-hmm. And Luther College has a website?
Luther.edu.
Mm-hmm. And what are the environmental benefits of using biodiesel?
Well, there's just a lot less emissions, about 80% less emissions with biodiesel, and all of the byproducts are biodegradable. One of the byproducts is glycerin, which actually we use for our composting pile that we're composting food waste, and we actually put the glycerin on the composting pile.
So, Rich, tell us what you've brought here with you today.
Well, we have the products that have either been used or produced through our biodiesel process. The ester machine processes, washes, and dries our fuel, and these are the different stages in that process. This vial here is our raw vegetable oil. It was actually taken out of our food service yesterday, and today we were converting that into biodiesel. And we go through a process of adding a catalyst to the vegetable oil that creates the biodiesel. The second vial shows the mixture that's created after the catalyst has been introduced, and the third vial, after we've let this sit for a while, we drain out the glycerin, and then that can be used in our composting pile, or we can add it to our oil in our boiler room and use it for heating oil. You can also make soap or other products out of it. And the fourth vial is a clear product of biodiesel that was produced after we've gone through the washing and drying process. This is a pretty good example of clear biodiesel.
So if you're a farmer or a diesel driver, what would you recommend that they consider doing?
Well, I'd recommend getting into producing your own biodiesel. You can get raw fuel or the raw vegetable oil through different places, restaurants, colleges, and hospitals. get the raw fuel, and it's not a difficult process to make. The only things you need to add to it is basically a catalyst and go through that washing and drying process, and you can mix biodiesel in any kind of proportion you want in diesel, and it can be readily used in a diesel engine without any modifications to the engine.
Well, thank you, Rich Tennyson. I'm Chris Schneider with the Thinking Green News Moment.